What's going to happen, Mike?
You're going to mess with me because you always do.
I've never done that.
Every episode. Hey, folks, it's Mitch, it's Mike, it's Mitch and Mike's voiceover journey. I'm coming to you live, well, actually recorded from St. Louis because I'm on a business trip. So I'm in a hotel room and kind of echoey. But we're here, and so that's cool. And even cooler, we got Michelle Manzo with us. Michelle, how are you?
I'm great.
Hi, Michelle.
Good.
Hi, Mitch.
Yeah, I've been excited to have Michelle on the show just because her story is I mean, you know, everybody's got their story, and everybody's story is a little different. And a lot of us are like, yeah, I was in high school theater, and then I did this, and then now I get into voiceover, and you know, not that those are bad stories, but
it's my story.
Michelle's story is just a little different, and I love her path. I got to know her at One Voice. And really wanted to have her on the show because she's just, you know, a unique individual and like super cool. And Mitch actually met her at Atlanta earlier this year.
Yeah,
briefly.
We
right?
had to think about it. We're actually, I don't think Michelle and I came to a conclusion when or what we talked about, but we did talk. Again, those things for me was like
there somewhere.
My brain wasn't ready to. I don't know. It was everywhere. It was scrambled.
No, and
at
Atlanta's a hit. Like
you're the only one in the room right now that's been to both, Michelle. So I know a lot of people have, but like Mitch has only been to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. I've only been to One Voice in Dallas, and so the comparison I hear is just Atlanta is go go go. So many people, stimulation overload, all of that. Whereas One Voice is a little more contained, and you feel freer to have those personal conversations and stuff. Is that true?
Yeah, One Voice is like, it's just a little hall, you know, with like 5 rooms where you can go into. But the Atlanta one is like you're in a huge building, and I don't know how many sessions are going on. Maybe 15 at a time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Something crazy like that. How many people show up to One Voice? Maybe.
One Voice is like between 300 and 400. I want to say like probably 350.
Yeah, Atlanta is 1,000 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta is.
You guys got the
Atlanta.
numbers.
Yeah.
My kids are. Oh gosh, hold on. Close the door, please. Close the door. Yeah, my
we
kids
were
are
having a
something
little.
else.
We were pre-gaming the podcast
no,
here.
please close the door. It's so hard. Close the door, thank you.
One of our kids broke in right before we hit record and wanted to tell mom a joke, and we're like, okay, we need to have your child on the podcast.
How do you get through
she
walls?
was funnier than Mitch and I put together.
Yeah.
It's a book she's reading, 152 story. I'm not sure what the name of, but it's something 52 story. And it's kind of like a modern day Dr. Seuss kind of thing, because it's very creative and outside the line thinking. And she just thought it was so funny that one of the kind of puns in the book was like, how do you get through walls? Through doors.
It's that simple. I can never think of those. Even if it's the most simple answer, I can never think of the answer. The old guys, you know, always stumped me when they would told me those knock jokes.
Yeah, usually the simpler the answer, the harder the riddle.
I guess that makes sense.
Because your brain is trying to think of the hard things.
So.
Michelle.
But
I would love to hear your story. Mike has told me that your story's so cool, and then he just told everybody just now, and I'm getting kind of antsy, to be honest, to hear the beginning to now story. Start with when you're born. Just kidding. You can always start where you want, but I'm so interested. I heard jazz in there. Like, please, help me out.
It's funny. I've always sang since I was little. I always loved singing, but I was thinking of doing musical theater. Like, I loved the whole theatrics of singing, and I didn't think I would get into jazz because I really wanted to be on stage. But as soon as I went to college, I was like, I don't want to do opera. So I chose jazz. And it's like everything awoke inside of me. Like, I had this new passion for music because I loved to be able to differentiate between the instruments and know where they were in form in a song, because it was so challenging to like hear like a 32 bar song and you're hearing all of this vocabulary of bebop or blues or whatever, and you're like trying to figure out like what are they saying, why are they going on for so long. That just like lit up my brain, and I felt like I wanted to do this for the rest of my life.
It's like a different language, right? It's like fully a different language.
And the improvisation, like where that comes from, the process of learning improvisation is so amazing. You're practicing all these patterns and chords, and basically listening to all these different artists, all these different musicians play different styles, and internalizing it somehow in different process. I don't even want to get into like I don't want to go into theory because I'll geek out on the theory, but in jazz there's a lot of theory, and once you practice all that, it's supposed to fit somewhere all in your psychosis somehow, and you're internalized somehow, and when the music starts, it just comes out with all the stuff that you've practiced seamlessly, and not seamlessly, but you know, that's the beauty of jazz. Like, you're gonna fall flat on your face because you're searching so much stuff, and then you're like, oh, this is the wrong chord, I gotta pivot, and it starts this friction, like, where am I gonna go? And then you keep on with the improvisation. It's just, jazz is amazing. It's really the most purest form of freedom, of art form of freedom, really. Like, just to be able to express yourself, like, flow like that. The improvisation of jazz it's just amazing.
You make me want to be a part of it. And I think I'm a little late to the party, to be honest. It sounds amazing. And you were singing specifically. You didn't like also have a sax, or you weren't also on the drums or something. So No,
I played piano.
Okay.
Because I had to really get into learning how to play piano. Like, you can't sing jazz and not play piano.
Okay.
You have to understand chordal structure and cadence, have, you know, how to really make your voice fit or know exactly what chord you're going to be playing, because you got to anchor somewhere. You know, and the voice is funny. You know, the voice it tricks you. You think that a sound is coming from here, but it really is coming from over there. And depending on how you feel or what you ate, that note can sit differently and feel differently in your mind. You know, the voice is tricky like that. And unless you practiced to have like perfect pitch where you could hear like, oh, okay, I know I'm hearing an E flat, you need an instrument to be able to anchor that, you know?
Okay.
It's yeah.
So you learned to play the piano to help your singing. Interesting.
And I guess that makes sense. Anytime I, in choir, anytime I needed to know where to start, at least. Bum, yeah, whatever the heck. Yeah. No. And while you're playing, so you're improvising your piano, correct? During a performance. And then are you improvising the words as well of a jazz song?
You can.
Okay.
Absolutely. A lot of people will do that. But it's funny that this whole thing of scatting is you're mimicking an instrument.
Right.
Or creating your own instrument, because the voice is just, you can do anything you want.
Yeah.
You can try to make it sound kind of like a trumpet, kind of like a trombone. You can mix it. That's a beautiful thing about the voice. And
that's how I feel anytime someone's like, I don't understand what they're saying in this song. It's like, it doesn't always matter. You can feel what they're saying.
Yeah. It's not necessarily words, because it sounds really. Yeah.
It seems like, because I will admit I haven't listened to a lot of jazz over the course of my life, my long life. But there are plenty of genres I do listen to, and you hit on something where if music makes you feel something, then the words are kind of, there are lyrics that hit you, right? But sometimes the music itself is what drives you, and what, there are countless songs that I love I couldn't sing them. I couldn't tell you what the words are because either I don't remember them or they're like Pearl Jam.
Even flow, Mike.
Song, don't know what he's saying.
Yeah, the concept of listening to music and really being emotionally connected to the rhythm and the chords is a lost art. I think because music now is so
Boring.
obvious, and there's not as much friction. See, jazz is very much about friction and release, which is very connected to your feeling, to your, naturally how we go about things. A lot of things.
That's interesting.
And it's very, I feel like people now, it's so uncomfortable to hear that dissonance or the friction, notes rubbing against each other kind of hard. And people are like, oh, I don't understand that. It makes me feel weird because it's not in a minor or major. Like, it's not so obvious. And I think more people are just not, they're uncomfortable with listening to that dissonance. And so we've steered through now a couple generations, we've steered to a more like, that it's going to go, it's going to go here and you're going to feel this resolution really fast, which is like the one. You're going to feel this 5-1, all the time. That's a cadence. You hear that more in songs because people just already want to feel like they're home, It's interesting, I wish that more people listen to jazz, but I think that since they took music out of schools, in most schools, most people don't, you used to have to know how to play an instrument. You didn't have to be a musician, but that was a normal thing in America where you had to learn an instrument. And they took that away a long time ago. Actually, I think our generation, we're around the same age. Like,
you and me.
It's been decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Mitch more than you and me.
I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it seems like we always like revert back to, people are dressing like they did in the 90s. I wonder if eventually we're going to find that friction again. I do feel like some artists like to tap back into that a little bit, whether they're going back to their blues roots or I hear a lot of bluegrass lately, like new bluegrass. It's like, wow, I didn't think people were going to do that. So I do wonder, and I guess to bring it back to VO, which isn't necessary, but I feel like even VO is cyclical. People want announcers. Yeah. People want jokes. People want, there's a grander cycle that I think. And jazz is just kind of the heart of a lot of it. Yeah. Especially the music in our country.
Yeah. Jazz isn't like a dying or dead genre. I think that I like you said, I mean, the mainstreaming of music and the people feeling comfortable with what they grew up with and not being exposed to other forms of music like jazz and classical and not having that appreciation, can hinder it some. But I think that there's always going to be those musical purists out there, even at a young age, that get that nurtured by people like yourself, people who are adults who love those genres and can appreciate them, passing that on to their kids or to other people in whatever way you can. I don't think it'll ever die out. I think that it just
evolve, maybe
it needs to. We as a society need to evolve and get back to those purer forms of music. Myself included, I will say.
Letting more people be exposed to much more different styles of music. I see that we're globalized now, like now, and for a while, the beautiful thing is mixing genres, really blurring the lines of genres. So, and it's beautiful because that we're all mixing.
I love it.
And it's amazing. So people are digging records now. Like people buy more records, and like LPs.
Yeah.
And it is. It's cyclical, and because like art doesn't die, it doesn't. It's beautiful energy put into the universe for us, and we've enjoyed it. It'll never die, Like right now, actually, I'm working on an album that I want to bring back old Cuban songs.
Okay.
So. Okay. I want to lean into Latin jazz. Like I want to sing more Latin jazz because I love how uplifting it is. I love how I love that it makes you want to move. I feel like in jazz you just don't have a lot of opportunity to dance and feel like moving, and it used to be that people used to get together to dance for jazz, but now it's become very cerebral. You're thinking, you're listening with your eyes closed and really into like all the stuff that they're playing.
Well, and that's the thing too is there's different forms of jazz. There's like like you said, the Latin jazz. There's like experimental jazz, which is really off the wall. I don't know a lot about these, but I know that there are different formats of jazz, and some more mainstream than others. And you get your Kenny G is technically jazz, so it's interesting that you want to get back to Latin jazz as part of and who is it? Gosh, I'm trying to think of who was the big names like in the 70s. There was was it Tito Fuente? Is that am I thinking of the right person?
The percussionist?
Tito Fuentes?
Who was
like
from
big,
the 70s?
like a big time, like really influenced the Latin jazz movement back then. Yeah. So bring it back, man. Michelle Manzo, the next big kingpin of Latin jazz.
And mixing it with like R&B and all the things that I grew up listening to that have influenced me, I kind of been getting tired of just singing standards, all I want to do is like mix it up.
Too
like,
easy.
Give me a pop. I want a pop song and just like change the harmony and do something creative with it. And really that I built my studio to come out with little videos as of me reharming tunes and singing songs. Like I as a mom, it's hard for me to gig out there all the time. It's it's and I want to be with my kids. Like I don't want to be gigging every night. Like I did that for years, and I don't want to be on the road not seeing them, although I want to play, like I want to be on stage. But at the same time I'd have to practice all day long to do all the things that I was doing before. And then I'd never see my kids. I'd be working all the time out,
Yeah, definitely.
So finding VO was like the best thing that ever happened to me.
and you were saying,
take us.
Oh yeah, you hit it, Mike.
I was just going to say, take us back to that because we skipped something, right? You fell in love with jazz, and then and now we're where we are, and you have kids. The gigging, right? You discovered that you really love jazz, and you wanted to. That's the musical genre that you wanted to get into, and you've done some interesting things in this time of your life before you had kids that. I found fascinating. So kind of talk about that time of your life when you were out there being a jazz musician.
Man, it was so hard in the beginning. I was living in New York City, and I was going to jam sessions all the time and doing whatever little $50 gig I can do, just to get a chance to play. Because when you're first doing jazz, like you just need to be playing a lot with different people and falling on your face a lot because you're basically falling on your face, playing the wrong notes, coming in wrong, getting, just beat around.
And were the other musicians like judging you, or the people listening, were they like, what are you doing up there? Or,
Oh yeah.
Really?
No, and the New York can be so vibrant,
Okay.
like even if you do sound good, they'll just
Damn
be
New
like,
Yorkers. They know.
if you haven't been there hitting the grind like for at least 10 years, people are like, okay, I'll take her. I don't take her. I don't know.
Okay. Jeez.
But New York should be that way. There's so many people there, and it's so inspiring. There's so many great musicians. There's so many different styles of music. It is a serious petri dish of growth of different styles of music. Like just wherever you are, whatever kind of music you want to play or create, like there's an audience in New York. It's like it's like basically a little condensed version of the world. Like that little,
I believe that.
I've heard it said that if you make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, it was amazing, and the things I learned, how the ethics in business that I learned there, I could have never learned anywhere else. Like if I would have stayed in Miami, I would have not had the same ethics of work. Like New York made, I went in there as a little girl, and then it really beat me up. I left like a hag. I was like, wow, I aged 20 years and I was only there 7 years. That's how much growth, There's just so much happening, and I got to do so many different types of projects. It would only happen in New York as for a musician, where I was singing for songwriters that were presenting songs to artists. Like they didn't have AI back then or anything.
Right.
A songwriter would have this idea, and they would need basically like a singer to kind of give like a stock of it, of what, because at least I could take the direction of what the songwriter wanted. And if he was going to shop it to a specific artist, then I would have to sing it a certain way to help him sell it.
Oh, okay.
To sound like that artist would sound?
Yes. Or how that artist would want, like if they normally present music to this artist, they know how they like to hear themselves or how they hear themselves in different music. So I'd have to sing it a certain way to be able to help that person sell it. So I did several of those.
Are you ready to name drop, or is there?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't want to.
Okay, that's fine. That's good.
There was a lot of things I learned in that world that I don't want to share. Yeah, it's the music industry is. I did not have the skin for it. I didn't have the skin for it.
It still sounds romantic. It still sounds like there's something beautiful there that you gained, even if it did beat you up, as you say.
Well, I mean, even in VO, as a musician or in VO, like you want to be able to be in all kinds of weird situations. You know what I mean? Like you want to. Every script is different, right? Like every script has its own twists and turns, and you kind of have to wrap your head around it. That's the whole art of it, is wrapping your head around it. And the more chances you have to wrap your head around all kinds of weird scripts, the better you are, the more seasoned you are, because you understand. The jazz is, being a musician in general is the same thing. It's so parallel, where... and so I wanted to expose myself to all different things. Like if you wanted me to sing heavy metal, I'll try to sing heavy metal for you. You know what I mean? Like I want to figure out how can I make that kind of sound and study what that is,
That'll be on your new album.
There you go. Yeah, that'll be a jazz heavy metal fusion.
Oh, he's gone.
Uh-oh.
We lost him.
Uh-oh.
We'll just cut this out. That is a cute freeze, though. There he is.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, you all froze up. I'm like, that's probably me doing that. We'll cut that out.
Now I'm lost. Oh, you're gonna put metal on your album. We figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, metal jazz fusion. It's all good. So then you spent those 7 years in New York. At some point, though, you went somewhere else.
Yeah, the first trip I made to Asia, I went to Taiwan, and it was such a cool project. It was the Buddhist organization of Taiwan would put together these festivals and would get musicians from all over the world to write music to their Buddhist poems.
Okay.
Okay, so the monks in their organization would write these poems about life and love and humanity, and they would pick people or songwriters from all over the world that will represent a specific country, and that would write a style of song of their country. And I always represented New York. I did it twice. And where you would, it was such an amazing performance, like their whole way of presenting it to us. We would stay in their temple.
Wow.
And the monks would cook for us.
Wow.
And there would be people from all over Zimbabwe,
What does monk
Norway.
food taste like?
Well, it's all vegetarian. And I remember that they just would make, like faux chicken. Like, I don't know, it must be soy, I guess. I remember it was like, oh, this is shrimp, but it wasn't shrimp. It was like a soy or something.
Okay.
Like it looked like shrimp. Yeah, it was. I struggled eating there. I remember rushing to 7-Eleven, every chance I would get, and I was like, I'm just gonna live on cup of noodles.
7-Eleven and
it was hard.
7-Eleven is everywhere, man.
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7-Eleven is everywhere.
Cup of
There's
noodles
one
is
across
everywhere.
the street from the pyramids in Egypt.
Oh,
But anyway.
for real. I went to some places in Taiwan that they'd never even seen a Westerner. The people would gather around me and like touch me, like I was some
Like an
like
alien.
Yeah, like like, oh my God, what is this? Like I never, yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
it was an interesting. Because some of these temples that we would stay at, they were out there in the, I don't know. All I found was
In
a
the jungle?
7-Eleven. Okay, yeah.
So you wrote a song. You
Yes.
wrote a song.
Yes.
And it was you and your piano, or you brought your whole
Yeah.
band.
It was me and the piano.
You and the piano.
They had a
And you
like a
performed this
uh-huh.
for them.
Uh-huh.
And did they have like a rating system, or they're just like, nice
They're
job,
holding up-
you?
They're
Yeah.
holding up
Oh,
cards.
they
Yeah.
had an award
8.5.
ceremony.
Yeah.
They had an award ceremony, and
Okay.
I won an award.
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That has to be
Uh,
the coolest
So-
award.
So you have the Buddhist Monk Award from 19
what?
whatever it was.
Yeah, the Monk Award from.
The Buddhist Monk Award.
Yeah, they gave me an
Wow.
award. It was really cool, and I've never promoted the song. That has been where I have faltered in my career is promoting myself. Every job I've done has been through recommendation, one person, and I've had some really great gigs, and it was because someone recommended me. Someone believed in me, I guess more than I believed in myself. It's kind of sad because I would not promote myself. I wouldn't sell I always struggled with that. And, I've come to terms with that because now at this point, there's no excuse. Like I really should promote myself more. I should be more online, not just because I'm boasting or anything, but just to like build a community like this podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just to
Well,
build.
yeah, and
to-
we hope you use this podcast to like show people and say this is who I am.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
And
'Cause
I mean,
that's
you're-
where I've been the worst.
You're cool people, man, and I love hearing this. So so where else have you gigged? Because I know you've been to some exotic places, in addition to Thailand.
So while I was in New York, I also recorded some songs for this famous bachata artist, which I'll say is Aventura. They're the Dominican bachata artist. working for their publisher, and I sang a song that they wrote, and they were trying to do like a Spanish Sade kind of vibe, like mixing jazz with. Already, that was the early forms of what I was kind of thinking of what I would want to do in Latin jazz. And it was it was really cool project, but I think the Latin community, I don't know, they don't really listen to too much of that, but I'm hearing more stuff now.
Okay.
The last few years, I've been hearing more and more like Latins really venturing out more, because I think there's just so much more people my age that have grown up in the States that have had so many different influences,
right.
And a lot of people now are coming out, and I guess I was too scared to keep pushing it forward, because then eventually I got kind of sick of being in New York and I moved back to Miami. And, I was able to get a place in Miami for a quarter of what I was paying.
Yeah.
And it's warmer.
And I knew, and it's warmer. For sure.
Beaches.
And it was by the beach. I was like walking distance to the beach. So I was like, man,
That's
I'm going to. And I saw that even well-known jazz musicians, very well-known jazz musicians, they were traveling a lot. They were never home,
right.
So I knew that I wasn't going to be home. So I was like, I'm done. I'm ready to go hit the road. And like really hit the road. I had already finished college. I wasn't thinking about getting my master's, which I regret. But I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna just leave, go to Miami, and then go get an agent and go on the road somehow. And that's exactly what I did. I ended up, I stayed in Miami like a year, and I was gigging a lot of regular gigs in a lot of the hotels. And it was so fun because right from my little apartment, I would have my PA and I would go to all these hotels that are like 2-3 blocks away there in Miami Beach, right off the beach. And I would sing, like 6-7 nights a week. It was so
wow.
cool.
Dream job.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was really
Life.
fun. I was partying on the beach, living had my little apartment on the beach, singing every night jazz or R&B or soul or funk or Latin or bossa nova and it was a really fun little time. And then I was like, I'm done. I'm ready to go on the road. And so I got an agent and I started singing first in Japan. And
wow.
I started singing in a jazz club that they have at the Grand Hyatt. It's like a separate cigar bar jazz lounge, a really cool lounge. And I would sing there for 4 months at a time, 6 nights a week. And they would put me up there in the Grand Hyatt, and they would give me per diem and breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My laundry would be done. I did nothing.
Can't beat that.
Except show up to my gig.
Why don't we all do this? What's going on?
I know.
Why don't VOs get this?
Now, if I remember
It was
correct,
the
you had told
sweetest
me
gig.
this. You had told me about this at One Voice, and I mentioned this movie called Lost in Translation.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch it?
I've seen it.
Okay.
That's it. That's basically...
Yeah.
I can't remember the whole story of it, but that was basically my life.
Yeah, well,
basically.
she was. Yeah, the club singer was a side part of the story and hooked up with Bill Murray. And but when you were talking about that, I'm like, oh, she's the redhead from Lost in Translation. She hooked up with Bill. No,
And so sometimes, sometimes I would end up staying. Like I was in Cambodia, opening up their jazz club. They opened up a jazz club in Cambodia. Okay.
Every place needs jazz.
You would think, well, from what we hear here on this side of the world, Cambodia is just nothing, like dirt roads or whatever. There's a huge, rich ass community over there, like rich, like living large. There's just the disparity is just that's what it is.
What you get in those types of countries is the divide between those that have and those that have not.
Yeah, exactly.
But those that have will pay for a jazz club.
Yeah, and a jazz singer that they imported from the States, and I sang there for 2 months, and they put me up just the same way, and in a 5-star hotel, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, insurance. I remember I went to the doctor in Cambodia, and that was amazing. That's when I saw I was like, America has been lying to me.
That there's other places that are pretty solid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I had the best teeth cleaning. It was so professional, so clean. I paid $10. I just had an artist visa that my agent hooked me up with for 3 months. Like, they would always organize that every time I went to another country. And I just had it for 3 months. But I still got taken care of while I was in their country. Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Hard to.
Yeah.
But I've heard that from any world traveler that, there's great spots in every place I've been to is what most travelers say.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
I ended up singing and playing piano at a hotel there. And I was there for 6 months. The contract was originally only for 3 months, and then they kept extending extending, and I ended up there 6 months. And I was having a thyroid issue, and when I went to their center, and they hooked me. They were like, "You don't need medication. You're fine," and I was fine. I didn't have any issues. I came back to the States. I had no issues with my thyroid.
What?
Wow.
He told me, like, you need to monitor, because the doctor in the States told me, you gotta get on medication right away. And I was like, I'm going to Vietnam. Like, I'm gone for a while.
Right.
I'm not going to bother with this. And when I went to Vietnam, I got myself rechecked, and he's like, you're fine. You're going to be just fine. Just monitor yourself, but you don't need medication. And I was fine.
Is it the American food? Can we be honest?
American food and the American dependency on medication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a pill for that. There's always a pill for that.
That's all they do, is they want to just give you medication. They don't want to look at...
Unless you really need it. And then they're like, I don't know about this.
I mean, omeprazole is my best friend. I will say that.
I don't know what that medication is.
I think it's for heartburn.
It's for reflux.
Acid reflux.
We're not getting into my
let's talk about Mike's medications.
This is the part of the podcast
Mike's
where
medication.
we talked about Mike's health issues. No. So you did all the abroad stuff. How? At what point? Because at some point you met the love of your life.
Yeah,
and you started having a family. Where was that? Here or was that abroad?
So I went back to Miami because I was kind of burnt out from, I was burnt out from traveling. I was lonely. I was just living out of a suitcase for years, you know. Mm-hmm. I ended up staying overseas for like a solid 4 years. I didn't step foot in the States.
And no monk boyfriends or Vietnamese boyfriends or
No Vietnamese or monk. Only expats. Okay. I date expats over there.
Okay. Expats.
Yeah. There was a bunch of expats.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah. It's not that I wouldn't have. I think my culture just didn't mix well.
Sure.
Or language, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
You like to be able to actually talk to somebody and understand them. Sure.
Yeah.
Helps a little.
So, I got burnt out, and I ended up just going back to Miami for a little while, and I ended up doing this kind of little gig with a friend of mine that plays guitar, awesome guitarist, Fernando Ulibarri. He's a good friend, and he was like, just do this gig with me that we're just like jazzing out pop tunes, you know, simple, just him on guitar and me, and this is a chill bar in my neighborhood, you know. I was like, okay, great, I'll just show up. We're rocking out a bunch of songs, and there's my husband at the bar. And I was like forgetting my lyrics, and I said, oh boy. Yeah.
So you knew, almost like you thought in that moment, there's my husband at the bar.
No, not even. Okay. I was like, man, this guy is interesting. And never do I ever want to date a guy that's in the audience. It never turns out well. Except I did.
It turned out well.
And it turned out well.
Third time's a charm or whatever.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I told him, I said, listen, I hope you're still single when I get back, but like my job is traveling, so, I'm leaving. So I went to Hong Kong, and I was there for a while, and he went and visited me.
Oh, wow.
And he was...
There you go.
And I was feeling like I kind of wanted to do my own band, also. Like I was thinking like I want to do my own thing. and I don't want to necessarily be on the road. Like, I want to put together my own band and have just them and start building that. And so I went to Miami thinking that I was going to start developing that, and I did. And then a year later, we got pregnant with our son. And then a year later after that, I got pregnant with identical twin girls. And then I was like, what the hell do I do with my life?
Kids change things, don't they?
Yeah, it was traumatic. I lost connection to my diaphragm because, I mean, popping out 3 kids in 2 years.
Changes, yeah.
Just like, you know.
I don't know from experience, but I can imagine.
Yeah. And it was weird. I would sing a note and I couldn't hold it for as long as I normally would. It was like so deceptive, sorry.
Okay.
And it would like just fall. Like I couldn't hold on any longer. It was so weird. I felt very disconnected to my voice in general. It felt foreign to me. Because, you know, your breath is everything. You know, how you really connect with your breath is everything for your voice. You know, so I had to reconnect. I had to learn a lot of breath work, and
kind of back to the
really
basics.
Back to the basics, but harder because I would say that breathing with my diaphragm and singing from my diaphragm came very natural to me. The concept wasn't very foreign. As soon as my my choir teacher talked about it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, I understand that. And it, you know, and it's something that, you know what, actually, I'll deviate into this. It's something that I've developed that has saved my voice, because through all that gigging, I never lost my voice.
Wow.
I never got nodes. I would still sing sick, you know, and and the reason why, I think it's because when I first started singing, I learned how to only speak supported from my diaphragm. So I practiced this, you know, like
So it was second nature.
Yeah.
You just did it all the time.
All the time. So it would say, so everything I say is supported, you know, because I've already internalized that skill of always speaking supported with my diaphragm.
Interesting. So then you lost control of your diaphragm, and that and you had to. So you basically had to retrain yourself to.
Yes.
And now you're back to where you were pre-pregnancy.
And you know, talking to you about this now has made me realize that if that wouldn't have happened to me, I wouldn't have thought so much on like how to teach others to do that so much, because it really did come natural to me. You know, like it was not.
Yeah.
But now
it's
there's
not a
different.
supernatural. Like I don't know a lot of people who don't have to keep being told for years, me included. Like, hey, are you supported right now? Are you even talking out of here?
Especially because you speak kind of on the lower part of your register. And so it takes a lot more air to hold that, you know? And so does your voice get tired easily?
I think so. I thought it was from water or like dryness or whatever. But yeah, by the end of the day, I would say I get pretty tired. And I'm better at speaking from my diaphragm than I used to be. But I'm still, you know, not as trained as you are to do it all day long.
Listen to yourself when you speak. When at the end of a word, most of the time you can hear that your vocal cords are vibrating. So you hear this almost a little bit of a vocal fry, a small vocal fry.
Okay.
Do you hear that?
I think I'm so used to it now.
Just when you hear this recording, listen to. So when you hear that little vocal fry, it's very small, very subtle at the end of your phrasing or end of whatever word you're saying. That means that you've run out of air.
Oh, wow.
You're not supported.
So, I'm doing that all the time then.
Wow.
So it's it's very small.
Me. Do me. What do you hear?
It's very minute. So imagine if you're doing it a lot.
Yeah.
That's extra friction that your vocal cords are getting, and that's why they'll get more tired. And so, Yeah. So there's another technique. Once you really are always internalize it, because at first you're gonna be thinking about this and it's weird. But once you internalize it, it's just really becomes second nature. Like you're not even thinking really, and you can hear and you'll get used to. When you hear this back, you'll hear that I don't have that. But if I did, you can hear a little bit. If I just let it go a little bit. And I can just talk like this. You hear a little bit at the end of my talk. You hear sometimes it's like a little rasp.
I don't think I have the ear for it because I'm so used to everyone's odd, different manner of speaking, and then especially younger people who draw their sentences out way too long sometimes. That seems kind of normal. It's getting more normalized. So to hear that I'm just doing it because I'm running out of air, which I can feel now, I'm just going to keep talking until I run out of air, and it's like...
Liz, pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention every time that you feel just that minute sensation of your vocal cords like rubbing against each other. Where is your diaphragm? Then you start dialing in there. Let's do you, Mike. Let's see.
Oh, wow. Okay. This is so fun.
I'm going to talk like I normally talk, and Michelle is going to tell me what I am doing well and what I need to work on.
Does your voice get tired easily?
Not. I mean, I feel like not like Mitch is saying. Like, okay, at the end of the day, I'm like but I feel like if I'm doing a lot in a short amount of time, then maybe a little bit. So if I'm doing an audition or if I'm in the booth or like sitting here doing the podcast, no. But if it's just me talking, maybe after 15, 20 minutes of just me, I have to take a little break just to...
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I really get like vocal fatigue.
Well, the difference between you and Mitch is that you don't speak back here.
Okay.
You resonate. Your sound is a little more forward, which is another thing that you could do, Mitch, to save your voice is just raise the pitch a little bit.
Oh.
If I'm in a place that's very, very loud, I will raise my pitch even more where you can hear where the sound is
my wife
there.
Makes fun of me. She's like, you sound like this.
But it saves you.
Okay, maybe that's why that's happening.
And because if you raise your pitch like that, but raise it where it's resonating more in my nose, the sound cuts through better. So in a loud place, they could hear you better, but they won't hear that your voice is like that. But in this setting, because you hear me normally, then you hear but you hear where I can go just right there, and it just pierces through. So I mess with that all the time.
That's interesting.
All these things, I never existed in how to use your voice. Because, I mean, most of us, we just talk. I don't know where it's coming from. It's just coming from my mouth. I'm not analyzing whether it's here or whether it's back here or whatever. I mean, obviously, I can make changes like that. I mean, when I do Patrick Warburton, it's really from way down
way
here, my chest. And so, there are changes that we make when we're doing impersonations or when we're doing character voices and things, but that's purposeful to think about, okay, me doing a commercial read or whatever and changing. That's interesting, and maybe something I want to talk to you more about offline to analyze, because that might help me do the, when they ask for 3 takes, it's like I had this last week where it was like, we want you to sound exactly like this. So the specs were just so poignant. Oh, and give us 3 takes and show us range. So maybe that's the kind of thing that can show range, is to adjust the vocals where it's coming from.
Well,
that's
that also can help you dial in on age ranges.
Okay.
Understand, you know what I mean? Because because that could be a way of showing different takes depending on the script, like just being able to deliver different age ranges, but I think that voice actors, what I've noticed, because in a lot of these conferences, everybody would lose their voice, and I will not, knock on wood, and and I would explain this to a lot of other voice actors, and I realized that you guys really don't look at the voice the way I do, because you guys are not trying to sound like an instrument. You guys, what I see now after 2 years of studying voiceover, you're acting, it's more about connecting. It's more about, how you convey emotions. It's not so focused, unless you were doing animation, where again, you're doing a lot of different age ranges, or like you're doing,
it's more dynamic.
More dynamic,
I can find, in, say, a more heartfelt script, it does come from down here. Maybe something more about farmers or something. It's more like I to have this voice. And I notice if I start getting sarcastic, I do kind of start talking up here a little bit. I kind of, I start squeezing my face a little bit. I get a little sarcastic, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I guess pushed up front a little bit.
Really,
yeah,
for whatever
reason.
reason. And I guess our friend Sarah, who is on the podcast as well, she noticed that in me. And it changed my reads to pull it down for other things and bring it back up if you're trying to be somebody else. But still, with the support, I could probably do both much better. Especially when I'm auditioning for like the first and second half of the day.
I think that voice actors should get with a voice teacher, like a vocalist, even an opera singer, and like I think it's important for the longevity of your voice, for you to understand the nooks and crannies of it in that way, and for you to be able to stretch it out, because it is a muscle, everything that you're using. And as you get older, you lose bone, you lose you change, and this is your resonating chamber.
Like that turkey neck. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you get older, those sounds it's gonna resonate differently. But if you keep those muscles strengthened, you'll be able to preserve your voice better.
This is an amazing transition spot.
Yeah.
Just for VO, how have you noticed all of this background, which is extensive? Like, I know singers, but this is extensive musical background. How does it, do you find some hindrances where maybe you're thinking too musically, and do you find it to be wildly helpful in other aspects?
Man, I think it's super helpful. Like, I feel like I got into this and I have an upper hand, I thought I wasn't, because I'm like, ooh, I've been doing something so different, but there's just so many parallels in understanding a script, understanding a jazz song, breaking down the story and like how you really want to convey it. The only thing is like acting has been a new thing for me, and I really love it. I love it so much, and it only is going to help my singing, because it just makes me understand the story even more. And come from.
Don't worry. In a bit, we're going to get to a little acting. But first, everybody watch out, because see, Michelle Manzo has just said she's got an upper hand. So she's coming out and she's stealing your jobs. Just warning you right now, Michelle Manzo's the next big thing in voiceover.
The only thing is that like I have to watch myself to not overperform. I have to
in like commercial and narration and things like that.
Yeah, and be more natural and not be so performative. That's my downfall.
Well,
that's what I need to work on.
And honestly, that was same. I have no musical talent whatsoever, and yet I had that same problem because I came into this thinking like a character actor, thinking like someone who does voices, thinking like someone who has a big personality. And it was very hard for me to dial down and to find me and trust me in those performances. And so, at first I was very much, giving way too much in a read for any kind of commercial narration, anything like that. So you're not alone there. There's definitely other reasons that some of us have a problem finding that natural voice.
And that's where script analysis comes in. I mean, the fact that you had that base, like you said, you came in knowing all this other stuff, and now you're just looking at the script and trying to find the feeling within it, which if you're
the who, what, why, where, when,
exactly.
how.
And I don't know if either of you noticed this, even when you're on your 5th script and maybe number 5, you forget to really get the feeling of this car spot or whatever
100%,
it is. Where you're just like,
or you're popping into that booth real quick. You got your agent sent you something. It's a rush job, and like for me, I normally don't do voiceover during the day, but I do work from home, and occasionally I'll get that rush job, and I'll be like, okay, I got some time. I'm gonna take a lunch and jump into the booth, but I only have 20 minutes. I don't do the detailed script analysis that I need to. Happens all the time. And I don't care who you are out there. I know that every voice actor is not doing the proper analysis on every script that they audition for.
Yeah. Oh, no, my children.
Hello, children.
hello.
Come, speak with the strange men in your mother's box.
Oh my gosh, this getting weird. This is getting strange.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I am going to have to. There's a sound downstairs. I'll be right back.
Oh no,
We'll be here.
We shall pause. I'll tell you what. When Michelle comes back, we're gonna do ChatGPT roulette.
Yeah.
So this is a good time to pause. We'll figure out a script, and when Michelle comes back, the noise will be gone and
Find the
everything will
sound.
be great.
Stop talking,
check her
Mike.
out.
Okay.
Jeez.
Okay, we are happy to report that Michelle is still alive. The noise in her house happened to be what a microphone toy of your kids, but
It's
all
toy
good.
microphone that needed charging.
I'm really
Did I freeze
glad
again?
that this wasn't the show where someone got injured or.
did I freeze again?
For a sec, you're doing good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we restart, or did I screw everything up?
This is our jam, man. We're here.
This is how we do it. We just go screwed up.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
This is how we do.
Okay. This is how we roll, baby.
So
We are
what
imperfect kings.
What is a disaster is this script, and I love it.
This is amazingly off the wall.
Off the wall. Okay. It's called Three of a Kind, unfortunately. You want to hit this intro,
I'll
Mike?
hit it. A sunny street corner. The crosswalk light is red. Across the street stands an old lady
Hi.
with a cane, calmly waiting. Enter 3 identical triplets. Same face, wildly different energy.
Okay, team. Triplet power activate. Let's help this sweet old lady cross the street, eh?
She's been standing there for 3 minutes, Sonny. Maybe she's, I don't know, waiting for death, not traffic.
Spark?
The crosswalk metal tastes like destiny.
Well, why
Are you licking the crosswalk?
Stop licking that. Okay, great enthusiasm. Spark, but let's focus on kindness, not tetanus, all right? Hello, ma'am. Would you like some help crossing the street today? No, thank you, dear. I'm just fine. I'm doing very...
Don't lie. Your hips look completely unreliable.
Excuse me?
Hips are just knees that forgot who they are.
What Spark means is we care. We're triplets, by the way, identical if you couldn't tell. Oh, I can tell, though one of you looks unstable.
Compliment accepted. Grandmother chaos.
Oh.
You're wasting your time, Sonny. Look at this old broad.
What?
She doesn't want help. Why don't we, let Darwin handle it, you know what I mean?
No, we are good people. Triplets of compassion. I fought in 2 wars, boy. I can cross a stupid street.
You fought in
Then I'll
wars.
escort you into battle. Charge!
Oh, no, there goes our evolution's refund policy.
Spark, stop. Spark. Red means stop. Red means stop.
I have conquered the crosswalk.
What?
The asphalt bends to my will.
You 3 need therapy. preferably separate therapists.
Hey! She didn't even say thank you.
We didn't actually help her.
Well,
That's the secret. She helped us.
huh? Run!
Okay.
Oh no!
What happened here? What is ChatGPT doing to us?
I don't know.
Oh my God, that's ChatGPT. That's
that
crazy.
was wild.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Wow.
indulging
All right.
that.
Yeah, thanks for playing with us. That's what we like to do to end the show, with a little levity. ChatGPT likes to write us really weird things.
Mm-hmm.
But Michelle, as we said, just great interview. We could have listened to you for another 4 hours.
Honestly.
With yeah, just really cool stories. And we talked about it off air. We didn't even get to like the transition from jazz into VO because there
Barely.
was too much that we were still interested in hearing.
Too much
So
juicy
yeah,
stuff.
definitely got to have you on again sometime within the next year. We'd love to have you back when, maybe a year from now, Michelle's made it big. She's the next big whatever voice.
Guaranteed.
Because we know it's going to happen for you. We know that you're going to go after it and go get it. But
from the
thank you
comfort of
again
your
for
home
joining
this
us.
time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mitch. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, as we do, this is the time of the show where we say awkward goodbyes.
Yeah. It's going to be awkward,
So-
I bet, this time. What do you think,
You
Michelle?
think so?
Yeah.
That'll do it. Yeah,
That
baby.
script, man.
It happened. Hit it, Mike, quick.
All right.
Quick.
Bye.
Bye.
I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard for love to ever last. But my heart should be well schooled, 'cause it's been fooled so many times in the past, and still I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too fast.
too fast. I fall in love too terribly hard for love to ever last. But my heart should be well schooled, 'cause it's been fooled so many times in the past, and still I fall. Oh, I fall. Oh, I fall in love too easily. I fall in love too